Good afternoon, people and peepettes. Hope everybody's well, warm, and dry. Before I go any further, that noise you can hear in the background is Munchkin on his bone. So, sorry if it's a bit disruptive. Like I say, I hope everybody's well and good, and a big thank you to everybody that likes and subscribes to my videos. It gives me incentive to carry on. Right, we'll touch on this in my own way. I am not the most politically educated person. I don't call myself a political commentator, just like a casual social observer of things. So I'm going to touch on the Rupert Lowe and Restore UK party, or well, when they sort all the details out. And I've been looking at it for about a week, nearly, maybe a week and a bit more, that since it was declared it. And in that time, we've seen Nigel Farage come out from Reform and say things about it, about how it's, Reform's a bigger party and all this lot. And now we've got Ben Habib from Advance UK on YouTube. And both parties are offering the olive branch to help each other, but then going on telly and arguing like petulant children, in my opinion. And it's kind of like the same situation when Reform kicked, I can't remember who, out because there was infighting, there was disagreeing, there was people being swapped about. Zia Yusuf was named as chairman or something like that. What I see happening, and I've seen a lot of political commentators on telly, a lot of YouTubers on YouTube, saying that they're going to dump their Reform membership and join Restore UK and so on and so forth. And all I see happening is a plethora of what's considered right-wing parties or elements of right-wing parties coming out of the woodwork, joining up or arguing. So you've got several different branches of the same tree, I think is what I want to say. And all that's going to do, if you think about it, is instead of it being between Labour and Reform, because Conservatives are out of it as well, or between the Green Party and Reform or whatever, all you're going to get is a diluted vote for each party. There's going to be the stalwarts who will stick with Reform, with those who lean towards Nick Cloney in UKIP. There's Britain First, which I don't even think is a party as such. And now you're going to have Restore UK. Like I say, all that's going to do is give one person the option of 5 or so right-wing leaning parties, and the vote is going to be so weak and so diluted down that the Labour Party will get back in. They'll sneak back in by default, because instead of having, say, small number, but instead of having 10,000 people voting for either Reform or Restore or UKIP, you're going to have 3,333 voting for each. And that can't be good for business. That can't be good for changing the face of British politics, for the parties that want to save the country, that want to reform the country or restore the country to what it was and to what it should be. So, like I say, I can't give Rupert Lowe or Ben Habib or anybody else any advice on politics. But I think there's a few people out there that needs to get their heads together, stop playing it out in public, because that just makes people not take them seriously. And there should be a few of the leaders that should put their heads together and come up with one solid party, with one solid plan, with one solid constitution to go forward. Otherwise, like I said, Labour will sneak in by default again. Like I say, just your madman's opinion. So if it counts for anything, that's what I think should happen. I think people should be getting their heads together and not bickering, and especially not bickering through social media and YouTube and so on and so forth. Because like I said, people won't take them seriously then. Anyway, that'll do for now. As always, look after yourselves, look after your friends, your neighbours, your elders, your rellies, anybody around your table or your sofa, people you speak to far away. And as always, if you walk through town centre or your village or wherever, city, and you see somebody who looks a bit down, just say hello to them. It doesn't hurt. It takes 2 seconds to say hello, you're right, or whatever. And you might get a conversation, you might not. But you'll definitely make somebody's day somewhere along the way. So for now, stay safe, stay loud and proud. Peace.